So you did it. You coded, you designed, you debugged, your app is finally done. But wait, there's one last hurdle, and it can feel like a big one: submitting it to the Google Play Store. It definitely seems intimidating, but trust me, we're going to break it all down for you.
All right, to set the stage here, we're talking about a marketplace with over 3 million apps. Just think about that for a second. That's a ton of competition, and believe it or not, standing out from that crowd, it actually starts with how you submit your app. So the big question is, right, how do you actually get through Google's whole approval process smoothly? And more than that, how do you make sure your app looks amazing from the second it launches? Because it's not just about getting approved, it's about starting off strong, looking professional right out of the gate.
Let's think of this whole submission thing as the final level in your app development journey. And like any good game, you need a strategy, a plan. With a simple checklist, you can totally nail this. You'll avoid all those common pitfalls and really set your app up for success. So let's get into it.
All right, first things first. You might be wondering, why do I even need to prep so much for this? Well, here's the deal. If you rush it, you're looking at delays, maybe even rejections. And honestly, a bad first impression is really, really hard to shake.
And the payoff for getting this right is huge. I mean, look at this. It's not just about dodging the bad stuff like getting rejected. It's about all the good stuff you get. Your app gets approved way faster. Your store listing looks super professional, which is key for user trust. And maybe most importantly, you're checking all the boxes that help Google's own algorithm notice you and show your app to more people.
Okay, let's move on to setting up your foundation. Before you even think about designing your store page, there are a couple of things that are absolutely non-negotiable. You just have to get them done.
First up is your Google Play Console account. Seriously, think of this as your mission control for your app. The setup is super simple. You just sign up with a Gmail account, pay a small one-time fee, punch in your developer details, and boom, you're looking at your dashboard. This is where all the magic happens. Uploads, tracking how your app is doing, all of it.
And that fee I just mentioned, it's a one-time deal. $25, that's it, for a lifetime developer account that lets you publish as many apps as you want. I mean, come on, that's an incredible deal. It's probably one of the cheapest ways to get into the app game.
Okay, the second piece of the foundation is your privacy policy. And I can't stress this enough, this is mandatory. Google will not approve your app without a link to a valid privacy policy, period. And even if you're thinking, my app doesn't collect any data, chances are it does in some way. So just get one written up, host it somewhere online, and have that URL ready to go. It's a must-do.
All right, foundation's built. Now we get to the really fun part, designing your storefront. This is your app's digital billboard. It's the first thing people see, and it's your one shot to grab their attention and get them to tap that install button.
So let's talk about the words on the page. Your app title? You've got 50 characters. Make every single one count. Then you've got the short description. That's 80 characters. Think of it as your app's Twitter bio, your elevator pitch. And then the big one, the full description, where you have 4,000 characters to really sell it. Quick tip here. Use this space wisely for keywords. This is a huge part of what we call App Store Optimization, or ASO. It helps people find you when they search. Next up, the visuals. And let's be real, we all judge apps by their icons. So you need a really sharp, high-res icon. Then there's the feature graphic, which is basically the header image for your page. And of course, screenshots. You need at least 2, and they should show off the absolute best parts of your app. Do yourself a favor and get all of these designed and sized perfectly before you start the submission process.
Now, a promo video isn't technically required, but I highly recommend it. Here's why. The first 30 seconds play automatically for users browsing your page, so you have to make that count. Show your app in action. Don't just talk about it. And a few key rules. Use a full YouTube link, not a shortened one. And please, please, don't make crazy claims like the #1 app in the world. Just show people what it does. Show, don't tell.
Okay, so your storefront is looking good. Time to switch gears and get into the technical nitty-gritty. Let's talk about getting the actual app file ready for upload.
So the most important thing to know here is the file format itself. You might have heard of APK files from back in the day, but that's old news. Now, Google requires something called an Android App Bundle, or AAB. Basically, it's a much smarter way to package your app. You upload this one bundle, and Google Play itself figures out how to deliver a smaller, perfectly optimized version to each specific user's phone.
Yeah, think of it like this. The old APK was like a one-size-fits-all t-shirt that's way too big for most people. It had tons of extra stuff that most phones just didn't need. The new AAB is like getting a custom-tailored shirt. It's a perfect fit, which means smaller downloads and better performance. It's a win-win for everybody.
So before you hit that upload button, just take a breath and run through one last checklist. Be honest with yourself. Does your app really need access to someone's contacts? You have to be able to justify every single permission you ask for. Double-check for any copyrighted stuff you shouldn't be using. And, this sounds obvious, but make sure the app actually works as you described it. Oh, and write some clear release notes so people know what's new.
And here we are, the final section. You've done all the prep work, your assets are ready, your app is packaged up correctly, you are literally at the finish line. It's time to cross it.
So you hit submit. Now what? Well, you wait. This timeline gives you a pretty good idea of what to expect. Your app goes into Google's review queue, and that can take anywhere from a couple of days to maybe a week. If everything looks good, it goes live. Just a heads up, if this is your very first app, it might take a little bit longer, so just try to be patient.
And this right here really brings it all home. All this preparation, it isn't just busy work, it's your launch strategy. It's how you make sure your app gets out there fast, looks incredible, and is ready to compete from the moment it hits the Play Store.
So there you have it, the full checklist. But you know, getting approved? That's not the end goal. That's the starting line. The real work begins now. So I want to leave you with one final question to chew on. When that "your app has been approved" email finally lands in your inbox, what's your first move?